Today we'll be ranking different spider variants, Spidey people. We have Andrew Parker here, Mr. Wallfellow, and Hanniyah.
Hi.
Hanniyah x Hanniyah, I believe. Yeah.
Either way, the handles are going to be right there at the bottom for you guys to follow.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's just get right into it. We've got Miles' personal PR representative here, so let's see what she has to say about Spider-Man 2099.
Miguel O'Hara.
And this one's so fresh and popular right now. I feel like he had such a resurgence, especially with Across the Spider-Verse, but it's a good one to start with.
I mean, he can't be low, right?
No, I would say top 3.
That's why I was
Really?
That's why I was like, oh, we're gonna throw it in there now.
Well, I mean, also you can move them around. But
Okay. Yeah.
That is also helpful.
Yeah, let's throw him at 3 then.
Throw him at 3.
We're not locked in.
I almost want to say, should we lock in this episode? We've never done it before, but should
this
this
be
be
a
a
lock
lock
in?
I think this should be a lock-in episode.
Oh, now you're scaring me.
That's scary.
Now it's a blind ranking.
Now it really matters. Well, because
you guys are pretty like prolific in the Spider-Man world. Like you're pretty confident.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Are you happy with 3?
I'm happy with top 3. I'll do 3.
Okay.
I'll stand by that.
We are locked in.
I would go 4 or 5, but I will.
We're locking in at 3?
Yeah, we'll lock in 3.
What a strong start.
What a strong start. What do we got?
Love this. All right. What are we hitting next?
I like his shoulders.
Jesus Christ.
Is it?
Miles Morales.
Number one. Really? There isn't a single variant out there that you feel like would beat Miles Morales?
Okay.
I want to remind you, though, this isn't just the animated. We've also got live action heroes in here as well. It is every variant ever. Does that sway you in any way?
I'm not going to. My choice would not. Like, I have to leave it 1 for a Peter Parker. Like, I have to.
Is this ranking level based off of strength or like
so that's completely up to you. Is it based off of what you want your audience to? You're not going to get hate comments later. Is it based off of your own emotions?
Because I feel like Miles Morales has had the most human like you know how like every spider person, they're always like, yeah, like I just have to be a hero. No, he throughout the games, throughout the movies, he has genuinely had like human emotions and experiences. Like I don't want to spoil the video game, I cried. I cried. I was like, I'm so proud of him because like he was really struggling, trying not to murder someone based off the killing. Because
there are other spider
with that
people
daily.
that would absolutely just murder.
Right. So.
And he's also a Spider-Man that like didn't want to be Spider-Man, but then decided to take on the mantle after.
Well, I feel like a
power.
lot of them are like that, though. You know?
Yeah. Okay. So what happens if we disagree? Are y'all the tiebreakers?
You are the tiebreakers. Y'all need to figure it out together. We're just here to sway you. We are manipulators.
You're gonna fight me that hard if I don't put him at 1? Can we put him at 2?
Okay, I'm open. I'm a very open person, so I'm willing to hear.
Okay, so like yes, I think content recently, I think Miles has killed. I think he's great in the games, and obviously the Spider-Verse movies are great. But in terms of just like the overall history and my personal like just love of Toby, Andrew, Tom, like. We've gotten more Peter for the history of the thing, and I'd love to see more Miles. But like, I'm personally not going to choose not to have Peter at 1.
Okay, I want to stop you there really quick because we are only at the second choice. And
we need to move.
Peter, no, it's not even that.
Oh.
Peter may not be in there. This is all randomized.
Okay.
So you are.
If you ask the audience for a top 12 Spider-Man variants and there's not a Peter in there, I'm going to walk off the set. I vote to put him at 2. I love Miles. I want him at 2, but. If you want to fight,
okay. If there's someone else in that bunch that can top, I will agree to put him at 2.
We're going to
2.
Oh, I forgot this is locked in.
These are
locked
We've taken 2 of our top 3 spots out of 12, so I am worried.
Okay. All right, ready?
Yeah,
We've got Spider-Punk.
Also great.
Okay.
I love how both of you kind of have to
be
like, ooh,
what
like
are we
the
thinking?
tension.
So, I mean, other than Hobie in Spider-Verse, when have we seen a lot of him? I haven't personally. I
haven't personally either. I've like just like read a synopsis of like comic Spider-Punk, which is not that in depth. So all I have is Hobie.
So if we just think about like who could, like obviously we love him, but who could be better than him? Like obviously there are going to be maybe one or multiple Peters that I would put above him, and Gwen that I would put above him. So
I agree. So
6 or 7?
I was gonna say 8.
Okay. Let's go middle. Let's go 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also want to say I think we just got the stills for the thumbnail as well.
All right, we're locking him in at 7.
Yeah. I'm good with that.
Spider-Punk. And there really isn't that much in the comic world either with him.
Yeah.
Like he's still getting up there. All right, Gwen.
Oh, there we go.
Spider-Gwen.
Okay. I love Spider-Gwen, like a gross amount. but strength-wise, she doesn't give anything.
Yeah, no.
She gives nothing.
I mean, Miles gives a lot there. So, oh gosh.
And I will say, at least in the films for me, she was, like a Lois Lane, or she was just an additive to the actual hero.
And
Right, a Lois Lane that dies a lot.
Right. Well, yeah.
watching Across the Spider-Verse, like, I forgot that she had like super strength. I was like, oh, she can do that. I forgot. Like, that's how like forgettable her powers are.
But that one movie makes her so the drums.
It adds to it. But I will say, are we basing it off of who could kick whose ass? Like, what are you basing these rankings on?
I'm personally just basing it on who I like. But if there needs to be a tiebreaker or something, we can bring their power levels into it.
That's fair.
I think definitely over Spider-Punk.
Yeah. Let's put her at 6.
Okay,
Let's say 6.
Six is fine with me.
So
6.
hold on, before we lock it in, you're saying that there are other ones that you would put 4 or 5 above.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Oh wow, she's not a Gwen fan.
I
love
no,
women.
I am.
Not enough.
Gwen slander is so
no,
real
six
right
is
now.
good.
So real.
6 is good.
We don't have a lot of Spider women. All right, we're putting
My
it at
Boo
6.
Bear Haley Steinfeld.
I love her
I
so
love
much.
Haley
There
Steinfeld.
we go. That is locked in. We're making some moves here.
These are all good characters.
They're great characters.
Right, ready for the next one? Spider bitch.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Is that because you don't know this
No,
character?
I don't know.
I don't know. You don't know Spider bitch?
No.
Spider bitch? Okay, again, I don't
Is
like
it her?
Spider-Man. No, it is
in
literally
fact
me.
Jasmine,
It is in fact me. Did I
actually.
kind of cosplay here today? You're damn Skippy.
Yeah.
This is the offspring of Peter Parker's granddaughter and Hawkeye.
Oh.
Yes, this is an ulterior. It's a whole
Wait,
different.
Hawkeye specifically?
Oh,
like
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye's
No. Hawkeye.
Hawkeye
Old
has
man Hawkeye.
Like,
yes.
he's
relations
And
with
Mayday?
He has relations with Peter
Not
Parker's.
Mayday.
Oh.
It's not Mayday.
No.
Mayday's
it's not.
daughter.
It's his third. It's his youngest daughter.
Oh.
It's his youngest daughter. Cause he got other kids.
Shout
by the
out
way.
Hawkeye.
This is Ashley Barton. A little bit more about Ashley Barton, though, is that she's not a superhero. She also doesn't have a lot of the traditional Spider-Man powers. She only basically inherited like the super strength, and she works under Kingpin.
So is she a bad? She's just a jerk.
She's a bad guy. Oh yeah, she tries to take over Kingpin's operations in what is Las Vegas, but it's like a different term at that point because
Right.
it's like apocalyptic. And she gets a whole bunch of people to help her do this. Ends up betraying all of them, killing Kingpin, becoming the new Kingpin. Her dad shows up with Wolverine to try to save her, and she's like, "Nah, daddy," and tries to kill him as well to like stop anyone from taking over her reign. She is
kind of
it is
That's
so badass.
That's a crazy character.
She's perfect. I love her.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'm sorry.
Perfect is a strong
She
word
is.
for what you just described.
Murder. She's perfect.
Murder?
I mean,
What murder?
There's so much depth and love in this character.
Yeah, but
Not
I also
love, but
just
love.
don't know her, and like she's a bad
don't.
person.
Okay,
What does that
I'm
matter?
a villain apologist. Like, if she has a traumatic backstory, I will be like, I
I'm
ride for her 10
gonna
toes
bring you
down.
back with Quiva though. She's another one. I guess she is an anti. She does not support villains as heroes.
What's her tragic backstory? That her father is really old?
It doesn't help. It doesn't, especially when she comes from such two really strong legacies,
Yeah.
and she herself doesn't have any powers. There's a lot of, I guess there's a lot to prove for
right.
herself, and so in this apocalyptic society, that kind of is the way that you do it. You take down the Kingpin, and that kind of shows your dominance. It shows your strength. So there is power in her, and there is a lot of. I mean, is it the best way to go about, the responsibility and the greatness? But
As far as superhero names go, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
But I'm going 10 or 11.
10 or oh.
Hey, that's valid for
it's
someone
not
who
my
doesn't know the
Yeah,
character.
like-
But like, who could be worse?
oh my god.
You want to go 12?
No.
I think there's going to be some like really like random weird character that we could put at 12.
Okay,
Coffee in my
let's do.
mouth.
I'm so
Just for
nice.
her
So I'm just
sake.
like,
No,
okay.
it's okay. It's not about me. It's about you guys, and it's my editing.
Sure.
You
order.
said 10.
10 or 11.
Let's do 10.
All right, 10.
You'd put someone under Spider Bitch? Like,
know her.
you're
May-
saving
maybe-
a 12 spot?
Yeah,
Did we say 10?
I think we're going 10.
We're going 10.
Beautiful.
we've got two
It's
people.
not
Alright.
last.
All right. That's so wild that they're locked in.
I want
to
a movie.
For Spider Bitch?
Yeah,
That'd
she needs to be in
interesting.
Beyond the Spider-Verse at least.
Or like an
Oh, she was
HBO
going to
Max
be.
show.
She was
Really?
supposed to be in Across the
Yeah.
Spider-Verse, but she got cut out. It was just,
Gotcha. All right.
All right.
What we got?
We've got Spider-Man India.
Oh, I love him.
What are these reactions?
Okay, because like he's so unique compared to the other spider people. Like,
Okay, so that was a love. That was out
Yeah.
of love.
Oh, yeah.
I got really nervous.
Like-
I was like, oh.
How many of them have a little like weapon?
Chai tea.
Chai tea. It's
Yeah.
like saying non-bread.
This is where the British put all of our
I was
stuff.
like, how many do have? I mean, are we counting the web shooters as if it's
No.
not inherent in it? Yes.
Under Spider-Punk.
Ooh,
Sorry.
Really?
He's not going above Gwen and Spider-Punk. Sorry.
Oh, Spider-Punk. I thought you said
Why?
Spider-Bitch for a second. I was like, you're putting him under
No,
Spider-Man.
no. He's an 8 or a 9.
Well,
You
your
think so?
argument for Spider-Punk was that he didn't have a lot of lore, but I feel like Spider-Man India at this point has more.
More
doesn't
lore
he?
than Spider-Punk? I don't know. I can't speak on that.
I can't speak comic-wise.
Understood.
So
I most certainly am not going to be the one to speak on Spider-Man comic.
So I think he's really unique comic-wise, and they kind of delve into this into the Spider-Verse, or across the Spider-Verse.
There you go.
But what's really unique about his story, and they kind of do this with other variants, though, is they take the whole Peter Parker Spider-Man world that we know, and they can kind of morph it just a tad bit. So like in his world, instead of Mary Jane, he's got Mira Jane. Instead of Uncle Ben, it's Uncle Bim, and Aunt Maya.
It's not Manhattan. It's Mumbattan.
It's not Manhattan,
Yeah.
yeah. So, and it's all based in like the world of Bollywood.
Yeah.
So they kind of just slightly change a lot of things. Instead of like Oscorp, they've got it's like Ozrai, Nolan, Ozrai,
Again,
something
I'm
similar
not
to
going to
that.
ask.
I love the style of him.
Yeah. And it's all
Yeah.
very mystical. So it's not like
Yeah.
he wasn't bit by a radioactive spider. He comes across a mystical yogi who grants him his powers based off of like this giant mystical arachnid.
Well, it's kind of like
thing.
noir, though, like
Yeah.
the arachnid
Yeah.
mystical.
What
Okay,
do you
first of
say?
all, we haven't gotten to Peter yet. I'm pissed off.
Second. It's only 5.
I just don't think. I mean,
You,
I think you're gonna piss a lot of people off if you put him above Spider-Punk and Gwen.
I don't think he's
think-
above. Okay, wait.
I disagree.
I
I feel like
actually
I disagree that I think you're going to make people even more mad if he is
Nah.
lower.
Yeah.
Really.
I'm going
I
to
think
8.
he's better than Gwen personally, but I don't think
I think
number
we
5
found our
is
little
the spot
teaser
for
clip.
him.
You said 5?
I said I don't think 5 is the spot for him though.
I'm going 8.
You're going 8?
I'm going 8.
That's itchy.
That's all we got left.
It's
Yeah.
all we got. Okay, I feel like there's I don't know.
Dude, we might start effing this up. though.
Again,
Like-
it's a
Yeah.
blind, it's a
We-
blind ranking. So had you had the opportunity to rearrange things, you'd put him higher.
Maybe.
But you're stuck
I still don't know what we
with 8
have
or 5.
left.
Yeah, isn't that
Dude.
the chaos of it all?
Peter parked car is going to end up at 1. Okay, yeah. Are you okay with 8?
I'm okay with 8.
Okay.
I won't
Nice.
die.
I mean, what choices do we have? We've got
Because like with the Gwen, you also get like Spider Gwen, but you also get like Gwen
Gwen.
Stacy just in general. Yeah.
Yeah.
okay, so we've got some lows, less lows, some nice in the middle,
still got one.
and then 1.
Okay, come on, give it to me.
Vivian,
Give it to me.
Andrew Garfield.
Bang!
I want to hear what you have
Convince me it's not 1. I'm
Can-
Andrew
before you-
Parker. I'm a combination. I love him.
It's
What
I
the
love
frick is
how
this
you,
face she's giving me?
She's waiting for you to convince
waiting
her
for-
because she
yeah,
sacrificed
convince-
miles for you.
She did.
Okay. What Peter Parker would you rather have at 1? I'm fine with it being a different Peter Parker. He's either 1 or 4, I would believe. Like, I don't know if we have Tom and Toby in this. I'm fine with it. Okay, so here's the thing. Andrew Garfield is a great Spider-Man.
He's a great Spider-Man.
He's a great Spider-Man. I think he fits the role really, really well. A lot of people don't like his movies. I personally love TASM 2. I think it's great.
TASM 2 is great.
TASM 2 is great. I think he, like, in No Way Home, I think he's, like, Spider-Maning circles around the other two. Like, I think he's really great.
I agree.
And
Where's the however?
Yeah, I'm like, well, her however is, but
I'm
Miles.
Oh, but Miles. But does he beat Miles?
however, his variant has some things in the movies that people don't like the constant need to, like, try and explain his parents or him skateboarding in the hallways and blah, blah, blah.
But that's all silly stuff. So
Is it, though?
I mean, Andrew Garfield can do no wrong for me, particularly.
right.
I'm using this as my audition tape to, other things.
But you said like he tops Toby and Tom.
Is he your favorite live-action Spider-Man?
I get this
I'd have to ask.
because of the content that I do and who I am. I get this question. I'm not kidding. Literally every single day. I now refuse to answer it because I've asked. I've been
Wow.
asked so many times.
Gotcha.
I could make an argument for all 3.
Okay.
I can too.
So again, I don't think his movies are the best, but if we're
No.
talking about just him specifically,
Him
his variant,
specifically,
he.
But your options are 1 or 4, basically.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm
I
gonna
just
go
need
with-
an example of what would be at 1 if it's not him.
I know, but there's how many
Miles,
left?
I feel like for her.
True,
Got
but like
5 left.
5 left.
Toby's got to be on here. There's no shot Toby's not on here. Would you rather have Toby at 1?
I would have Toby at 1.
Okay, 4.
4.
If Toby's not on here,
We're locking Andrew Garfield
Yeah,
in
four.
at
Number
at
4.
4.
Doesn't matter.
I would 100% swap him and 2099.
Yikes.
At least.
Okay.
If you had your way.
Okay.
Yeah, the blind ranking is
But
tough.
this is given that
2099?
Tobey Maguire is somewhere in this stack because
he is.
Because he-
given
Look me
a
in the
list
eyes.
on the peers of the peers. If you gave your peers a list of Spider-Man variants, they would absolutely put Tobey in this. That is what you're saying.
Correct.
All right. Well, let's keep going.
Superior Spider-Man.
Superior
Oh.
Spider-Man.
Okay.
What?
No.
I just have to say, I just read up on this recently. I hadn't read this comic run. This is wild.
Oh, yeah.
It's so wild. Like he put through the ringer.
Yeah.
This is the darkest, I feel like. Even with Spider-Bitch on here, I feel like this is the darkest timeline.
Yeah. But okay.
What's wrong with you? What are these
No,
emotions?
I'm thinking. I'm looking.
Given that he's basically the end all be all Spider-Man, I feel
Well, not only that, but he is Otto Octavius.
yes.
Oh, I forgot that's
Yes.
this one.
Yeah. So this is, they gave him a little, like, Spidey Doc.
Yes, but and I guess technically he is both Spider-Man and he's a Doc Ock.
Yeah.
Because they swap at some point,
Well,
but
he-
that's not permanent,
consciousness.
right?
Technically,
Swap,
Doc
swap.
Ock is dying, and it was a big battle between them. Doc Ock is dying, but he
Right.
puts his consciousness, he thinks he's switching consciousnesses. And so in his mind, he's like, oh, Peter is dying in my body, but I am now this. But Peter's last words are, essentially be a better me than I was. And Doc Ock is like, I bet. And so he chooses to be not only a great Spider-Man or better Spider-Man, but a better Peter.
Yeah.
And
Is that permanent? Like he's Otto for the rest of his life? It doesn't ever swap back?
that you got to read the comics, but
Yeah.
I mean, long story short, no. Essentially, things happen, and he realizes that the Peter subconsciousness is in there,
still
is
inside
still
of
in there,
him.
preventing
complicated.
him from being a complete and total asshole. Because he is. He's murdering people in the streets. The Avengers are like, "What the fuck is happening with Peter?"
Can we put a Spider-Man at 1 that's like half Otto Octavius that murders people?
Okay.
Like,
I would put him based off of abilities and strength. I would put him at number 1, obviously because he's
Yeah,
the
but-
superior Spider.
but that's not the main thing.
But
I
he's out
know,
here
I know.
murdering people.
He is, and it's a
Murder.
public execution, is what it is.
5, come on. Sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna say 5. I'm gonna say
Yeah.
5 too.
Well, based off of Spider-Man's ideals.
Yeah, I have not read that
Mm-hmm.
comic series, but I've heard a lot about it, and a lot of
Yeah.
people
It's a
love it. I
good-
think
it's
it's
a
great
long
from
read
what
and
I've
a quick
heard.
read.
And there's also like a scene where he punches someone's jaw off, and Otto in the
Yes.
consciousness is like, oh, this is how hard he can punch. Like, he's been holding back this whole time. Yeah, I'm going 5.
But I mean, even with that, just on that idea of him being like, oh, wow, he's been pulling his punches, it gets you in the psyche of not only Doc Ock, but Peter Parker, in that, yes, Peter Parker's pulling his punches, but Doc Ock having that knowledge of, wow, Peter was pulling his punches.
It's
But
interesting.
I'm still not gonna,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know?
Dude, I'm scared. Please give us some bad ones.
Marty,
Spider-Ham.
Love him.
my silly
11.
little boy.
Love him 11.
I'm gonna do 11.
11,
for
just a
quick,
clean
just a
11.
He's just a little comedic.
I just
Love
washed my hands.
Spider-Ham.
That's why they're
What
wet.
cracks me up
You
about
said 11?
Spider-Ham is that he was a spider bitten by a pig.
Yeah.
That is my favorite thing
I
ever.
thought
he's
he
a
was
pig.
bitten by the lady. What's her face?
Yeah. The scientist.
Oh, she was a pig.
May
Oh,
Porker
okay. May
was
Porker.
a pig
Porker,
who bit
yes.
him because she. That's so funny. Okay.
Just silliness.
Spider Cat.
Okay, 12.
12. Oh, I'm sorry.
Come on.
So sorry, Coy.
Come on.
What does he do successfully?
He
Quickly.
spits in Miles'
He was
face.
he's the only one who managed to get a little punch in during Across the Spider-Verse. The only variant.
All right, so
right.
we've got
We have two
spots
Two
left.
I'm
Ooh,
nervous.
Marty, I'm
Is
scared.
this
I'm
going
gonna
to be
cheat.
Toby and Tom? Like, I don't know.
Marty.
Maybe not.
All right, we've got Princess Spinstress.
I love her.
Either 1 or 9.
She's
That's great. She's 9. What's the next? Who's the next person?
You know what? Before we put this one up, why don't we show them the last one?
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay, that's fair.
okay. Oh my God, that is the only.
So we've got Princess Spinstress or Spider-Man Noir for number 1.
It's been fun. It's been fun. Who did you pull for this?
This was
We did a
from
poll.
12-year-olds?
No, this was a group amount. It was just we put it on our stories, we put it on the Geeks, so all of us would,
Tallied it up.
tallied it up, and these were the ones
So, like,
that
people-
people
like, you-
felt
like-
like were their favorites.
Like on Instagram?
On Instagram, yes.
These were our top 12.
These were the. Are you okay? You're
I-
having a whole.
I have a
was
personal
shocked.
message who replied to Vivian or Jasmine's story. Beat my line. We need to have a chat. Please
Okay.
and thank you.
And the way that we did it too was, what are your top 5?
Yeah, so people were sending their
they
top
were
5.
sending in groups of people, and these were the ones.
I feel like Spider-Ham and Spider-Cat was just silly.
It may have been because people had just watched. Maybe people
It's
don't
also
have a lot
it's
of,
also people's favorites. So like
not the best, but they're
Yeah.
favorites. Does this hurt a little bit?
here, how about this? We're gonna
No,
get these in here.
it
We're gonna
doesn't.
lock them in, and then because I'm curious, what would you
have done?
rearrange?
Yeah,
them
give us
to?
like at least a few rearranges or
We'll
something.
give you a little.
I'll give you
Um,
all the rearranges.
3 rearranges. to
I'll
make
give
it
you
interesting.
all of the rearranges. You can rearrange this board to
Yes.
what you would have done.
I want us
Okay.
to. Okay, look, listen. I don't think we're quite understanding the situation that we're in. We have a list here that includes Spider-Ham and Spider-Cat, but no Toby or Tom. Can we just have like a moment of silence? Like I don't know what to do.
Who can
Okay, so obviously we got to put Nora at 1 and Spencer
Really?
at 9.
Okay, we're not gonna move around for Spider Noir.
Not yet.
Not
No,
yet.
we gotta
Lock,
finish it
lock
and
it
then-
in, and then we'll
Yes.
rearrange.
Spintress at 9 and Noir at 1.
Ooh.
This is egregious.
I'm not gonna lie, this is a wild ranking right here.
This is egregious.
I'm so glad we did it this way, though, giving them that pressure. But yeah, I would
Okay.
agree there are people missing
Let's
from this list.
let's like play a game where like we can swap 3 times
3 times each or together?
together.
Together.
We can-
Okay. I like that.
Do you want to swap Garfield with Nor?
I would switch a lot of people with Noir, but that's just.
But just to get who do we want at 1? We got to swap somebody with 1.
you know, we all know my number 1.
Yes.
It's just.
The question really is it Miles at number 1 or is it Andrew at number 1?
Toby's not on the list. I don't really care anymore. You can do whatever you want. And Toby's not even my favorite. Like I'm not saying like I'm not a Toby.
I was shocked too when
I'm not a Toby
when I
truther.
like added up all my results. I was like, this is
And I think
kind
even
of
on the list that you
interesting.
did, because you had your list, I had my list,
Yeah.
and we put them together. I think Toby on your list was like 9.
It was at the bottom. Yeah, it wasn't even one of the top.
I feel like we're forgetting.
I'm
Tobey
gonna make an
Maguire
Instagram poll
and-
right now.
He's like,
feel
hold
like-
on a second.
I feel like Tobey Maguire is slowly getting forgotten. I don't like that.
I mean, it's a new generation. You know, everyone's got their Tom.
but who are we swapping?
But we don't have Tom even. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
You want Miles at 1?
Does that count as one switch, or are we moving?
That's one switch.
That's one switch.
Okay. Will you be mad if I put Miles at 1?
He's already.
I can't. I don't think I could be more mad.
You stand your ground.
Yeah, do whatever you want. As long as Andrew's at 2. I think Andrew should be 1, but you know.
So
What
we're
you want?
going
Yeah.
Miles 1,
Miles 1,
Andrew 2,
Andrew 2,
and then you've got one more swap.
Let's look at our top 5 right now. Is there anyone that from
I'm
anywhere else
totally
that
cool
you'd
with
swap
that.
into the top 5?
This you're okay with?
I'm totally
I'm
cool
o-
with that top 5.
I'm okay with that top 5.
Do you want to swap Superior and Nor? Just cause?
Yeah, I would swap.
Just that's your third
Wait.
swap?
Or do you? Yeah, I'm fine with that.
We're putting a villain top 3?
Top 4. No. Yeah, top 4.
Oh, I see. Boom. So this is our list. These are the best and worst spider variants.
Justice for Paviter Pavakar.
Justice indeed. Well, we've reached the end-ish. We actually have trivia for you.
Oh, we do have trivia.
Oh!
I know, like, we've got the trivia
Expose
guy
me.
with us.
We do have
if it's
trivia.
if it's anything movie related, I'll nail it. But other than that, I'm gonna.
So the trivia is actually, we're going to pull questions from your top 3. So one trivia
Okay.
question about each of these
okay.
characters.
Okay. Do we have like an
Starting with-
expo marker or anything?
Why?
I'm just wondering.
There are a few.
All right. So this is your first trivia question about Spider-Man 2099.
Okay.
What is the original color of Miguel's suit
Ooh. Oh.
in the comics?
Well, it can't be red or blue. I'm gonna go with something green.
Okay, I didn't know Spider-Man 2099 until Spider-Verse, so I wouldn't know.
I'm just gonna guess green.
All right, that is incorrect.
Darn.
It was actually black, and it only appeared blue due to coloring errors, and there were so many like people who had already assumed it was blue that they ended up just turning it blue.
Interesting.
Wow.
Yeah,
Do
but
we
it
know
was
the
black.
original color of
Was
the
it-
Hulk in the comics?
Purple.
No.
What is?
I think he was gray.
Huh,
He was
really?
gray at the start in the first few comics. I think it was like a few in where they changed him
I'm
to
gonna
green.
Google that.
A gray Hulk.
I'm sure they'll tell me I'm wrong if I'm wrong. Okay.
No, I mean you could be accurate. It's an interesting fact, and I want to Google it. I want to make sure that that's in my brain hole. Andrew Garfield. I feel like at this point this one's going to be an easy one given who's sitting in the chair, but YOLO. Stan Lee makes several cameos throughout the Marvel films, but do you remember his cameo in the first film?
First Andrew film?
The first Andrew film.
I watched him like a year ago, like the Andrew films like a year ago.
Oh
first
yeah,
time?
yeah. He's the librarian
yes.
with the headphones on while
He is
Lizard's
the
fighting in the background.
librarian
Oh, yeah,
with
and, like,
the
everything's happening
headphones.
behind him.
Yes, 100%. Huzzah, huzzah.
Got 1 point on the board.
Miles
All right,
Morales. Who
final
has
question
Miles?
about Miles Morales. I do. Who were the 2 people that Miles' creation was inspired by?
Like real life people.
No. Oh, real life people.
Yeah, real life people.
Oh.
Who inspired the creation of Miles Morales?
Well, wasn't it freaking what's his face?
yes.
Definitely.
Yeah, 100% sure.
Yes.
In that one thing.
Accurate. Am I tripping, or is it the guy that is in Community?
And yes, it was Donald Glover.
Yeah,
it
Donald
was
Glover.
Donald Glover.
That's one.
Yes.
Donald Glover and
I
a hint.
will say
For
this. I'm going to give a
context?
hint because I can
Okay.
do it, and it's Black History Month.
You're right.
He is one of the most famous Black men in America.
MLK.
Freaking Obama.
Yes.
those are both right.
Oh, Obama.
Yes, it's Obama and Donald Glover.
How did Obama inspire Miles?
So
literally what he
the
is.
election
Just
was
being-
2008. I believe Ultimate Spider-Man came out the following year, if not later that year. Or no, it had to be the following year. Yeah, and so it's just
It
around
was
Holy,
the
can
time.
you
because we got our
imagine?
first Black president, and so they were like,
They wanted. They
it's
said we
time.
should have our first Black Spider-Man.
Can you imagine just like inspiring an entire superhero just by existing?
Just by
That's
existing.
crazy.
Well, existing and
That's a
achieving
dream.
a momentous.
Right, yeah, by being
you know,
freaking crazy.
being president.
Yeah.
But yes, being president as first Black man,
That's
and
crazy.
they were like, it's time.
Yeah, and it
This is the
catapulted. You know
moment.
what? If we have our first Black president, why can't we have our first Black Spider-Man?
course,
Anyone
Community.
can wear the mask.
Ask me a Toby trivia question. Oh, you don't have any. Okay.
We don't have any. But that is it. That is our show. But make sure you follow these 2 wonderful people again. I want to thank my co-host Vivian for being awesome, amazing, and you good? Yeah. Wonderful. Make sure you guys stick around. Follow Geek at all platform site, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Threads.
All of the things.
All of the things. Pinterest.
It's X now.
Oh, it's X. My sincerest apologies to everyone who owns that now. But stick around. We are doing lots of rankings. Probably not this one ever again because of how much it upset people. But until then, happy Valentine's Day and whatever that Spider-Man quote is, because I don't remember. Does anyone else want to say it?
With
With
great
great
power
power
comes great responsibility.
Yeah, that one. All right. Bye, everyone.